What was it like today seeing your guys in full pads?
JJ, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. It was exciting. Heck, it feels like we've been here for over a year almost. I know we haven't, but it feels like it's been so long since we've seen him, period. And then to see him for the first time in pads, it was just exciting to see him run around, fly around. I thought we had great effort. It started a little bit slow early. Coach Nick's kind of got that changed. We kind of got after him a little bit, pounding those pads a little bit about period 2. Then I think after that, those kids caught on and they said, hey, man, it's a different day today. Let's get after it. So it's fun.
Without having a spring, the uncertainties of the summer, then finally getting walkthroughs and now fall camp. How has that challenge been for you, the coaching staff?
JJ, I think it's been a challenge for everybody in the country. There's no excuses. I think Coach Traylor has done a great job of making sure we keep our eyes on the prize, keep focused every day, win the day. That's been his thing. Pound the fist, win the day. And so that's all we've tried to do, whether it's been a Zoom meeting, whether it's been a walkthrough. We've just given our best to these kids. These kids, now let me tell you something, they've given their best to us. I do have to give credit to them. They have been unbelievable. Not missing Zoom meetings, making sure they've been very intent and listening and the walkthroughs and everything. So it's been a really good deal. No excuses here, man. It's up to us each day to get the most out of them. I think we have.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Yes, sir. Thank you, JJ.
Hey, Greg, you're up.
Coach, what has it been like recruiting during this time period? How has that process changed from what you're used to?
It's been very different, Greg. I tell you, a lot more. Now, the thing that's been nice, the NCAA has changed a little bit with the rules on phone calls. We've been able to actually call kids more. So that's been nice. So we've been able to try to reach out and call them instead of text and say, hey, call me. So that's been good. But, it was tough not going out in the spring and seeing kids. We had a lot of kids that we eval on film that their eval said, hey, we want to see in spring. We want to see them in practice. We want to see them run around. And then we weren't able to do that. So we kind of had to dig a little deeper, watch a little bit more game film on them, and then try to do our evaluations that way. So the good thing is I think our staff has done a really good job with communication. We've had Zoom meetings on recruiting. We'd watch a kid, we're sitting there all on a Zoom call trying to communicate. And it's kind of funny sometimes. You had 3 coaches trying to say one thing, and then we'd all not say something. Then we'd all 3 try to say something, not say something. So it's been entertaining in a way, but it's been a little bit different for sure.
Is there anything you're going to take from this period and how things have operated here that you can use back when things are back to normal?
No doubt. I think we can actually take advantage of the Zoom calls. I think we want kids to come to campus. That's not going to change. When the NCAA opens things up and allows us to have kids on campus, listen, that's our goal. We want kids to come here. We want them to see what UTSA has to offer this campus, our new facilities. We want them to be able to see that. But when kids can't, whether it's because their family is working, whether it's because they're too far away, they can't afford it, whatever it is, now we can take advantage of using the Zoom. We can walk around campus. We can walk around our new facility that's going to be done here soon and show them pictures, show them the video, and talk to them as we do that. So we're definitely going to take advantage of the Zoom stuff in the future.
Looking at the safeties group that you have here, what has Rashad Wisdom brought to your guys' team? How do you summarize what he brings to the camp?
Rashad is, I don't want to say he's an ultimate pro because he's not a pro, but he is an ultimate pro in a way. He brings his hard hat to work every day. Sucker's out there, he's working, he's talking, he's an unbelievable teammate, great leader, encouraging guys. The best thing about, his leadership, he's able to do it and show it as an example as well. He's just not all talk. He's an unbelievable confidence in it because of last year and everything he was able to do as a freshman all-conference player. So the confidence he has in himself, you can see it in him, and the players feed off of that for sure.
How valuable from an X's and O's perspective is his versatility? It seems like he can play kind of a hybrid linebacker position or get back in coverage.
He can play a lot of things. It's, his last name says it, wisdom. Sucker has some wisdom now. He can think. He plays extremely fast, and his knowledge for the game is unbelievable. And we move him around and have some fun with him. Sucker can play on the edge. He can play deep. He can play in the middle. You just put him wherever. And the good thing about it, he can handle it. He is a very, very intelligent, smart football player. And Those guys at times are hard to find. You know, he gets it. You tell him one time and he knows it. He's ready to go out there. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the season he's going to have. Very excited to be coaching him, and we'll kind of go from there.
He was telling us that sort of the coverages you guys are playing are a little bit of an adjustment compared to what they were used to last year. How have you seen the guys as a whole handle that transition?
Yeah, I think, you know, the biggest thing is when you have a coaching change, just the terminology. That's the hardest thing, is just trying to understand that there's terminology that's going to be different, because we're going to do some same things, but we might call it different. And then we might teach it a little bit different way. Instead of inside leverage, we might play outside leverage. Instead of coming down in between guys, we might come down on somebody and reroute them. So there's some things that are the same. It's just getting used to the terminology and then the different techniques and fundamentals that we're applying with those coverages.
But have the players taken to it pretty well? Has it been smooth?
They've been taken to it wonderful. I couldn't be more proud. And I tell you, especially for my group, I can only speak for my group. They are busting their tail. You know, I do a lot of what I call voiceovers for them. I try to voice over about 10 to 12 plays and talk through them each walkthrough or each practice we have. And then they'll sit there and they watch them. They can go home and watch them. So after our meeting, even though I can't go home with them, they can take me home on their iPhone or iPad, and they can listen to me talk through a play. So they've done a wonderful job. Again, I can't say enough about our players with how badly they want to be good. You know, how hard they are working to be the best they can be. I give them an awful lot of credit.
How about from a COVID perspective and all the safety precautions that need to be in place? How has this fall camp been different from your perspective?
You know, heck, Greg, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'm just an assistant coach. I just do what I told. I know this. Our training staff, our administration, our head coach, who I think is the best head coach in the country, they are on top of it. They are continually telling the kids, this is about safety first. They're always making sure that we're trying to stay, you know, 6 feet, social distancing. That's why our meeting rooms were all spread out. That's been different. You know, I got to talk a little louder now because my guys are more spread out instead of kind of bunched together. But I think our administration, again, our training staff, our head coach, they've handled it very, very well. And we're making sure we stay on top of all the latest things when it comes out.